here's the new level chart. Well, the updated one. Oh, they put it on the TV too. Cool. And I think one of the things that's important as you start recruiting and building and bringing in with and all this stuff is knowing how to maximize the income potentials of the level charts and the advantages that we have with it. And I think it's one of the things that in my organization that we have not done the greatest job of communicating. I found out recently, and as we've done it, it's gotten people like, some have changed their thoughts and understand it and grabbing it. Some get mad at me because I haven't taught them before and they're mad I'm teaching them now. And I'm like, I could have waited longer. And so don't be so mad. So, but it's going through the charts and it's different ways of looking at it. And one of the things was when you look at the chart down here on the 75 to 85 level, so I'll do it on TV so I don't have to go down. As you're moving through the first parts of the chart, you want to help your guys make money. And in the aspects of what Andy was just talking about, is if they've only got a little bit of money, they can't produce a lot of volume. And I think a lot of times what we rely on is the person we're trying to get it to produce a lot of volume. We hope they have a huge network. We hope they sell all their friends and family members. We hope they do this, and it's limiting what we're able to do to help people move up. And one of the things I've been trying to do in our organization is helping people move up this chart very fast at the beginning. One of the things we do in my base is we promote guys on these lower levels through the chart faster just based off activity. I want to see if they can get on the phone. So it's through the numbers like Andy was talking about. If I can get them on the phones and get them coached and get them trained by putting numbers in, I'll move them up the chart so they can make more money. And it's getting them to go through the chart faster. And as you get people to move up the chart, you go up it. Now, when they start getting to these two levels, the 75 and 80% contract level, in my mind, they're non-existent anymore. And the reason for that is because we have the greatest thing over here is the glow bonus. And as you move up the glow bonus, when they're on a 75 or an 80 is an easy example to talk about because if they're on an 80, why not just give them 5 extra points and put them on an 85? And you say, I just lost 5%. No, you didn't. You just gained 3. You actually gained more than 3 because you're going to get the 8% glow. So you give up 5 to gain 8. You get 3. Now, one of the huge advantages that people may not know is on the glow bonus, you do not pay, as you're building a team, you'll pay overrides on A leads or leads that have never been purchased before. On the glow bonus, you don't have an override expense. So on a glow bonus, if you're on an 85 and you move someone to an 85, you get the 8% glow, but you have 0 expense if they buy A leads. So that's where I argue with the 75. If they're on a 75, give them the 85 because that expense disappears. And it's worth the 2% that you gave up. So you push them through there. Yeah. You pay, if you're above an 85, you pay the percentage you have, but you don't pay the 8% off the glow. So your glow bonus, so if you're on an 85 and they're on an 85, you don't pay the override. Now, if you're on 100 and they're on an 85, you're going to pay that 15% override, but you actually have a 23% override because you have the glow. You're paying it on the 15, not the 23. So what we're doing is we're just talking to guys and trying to see what we can do to help them get successful fast. So, I mean, if I have someone that's scared to pick up the phone, it's one of those guys that gives me their weekly numbers and they made 25 dials. I said, if I was to promote you, do you think you physically possible that you could do $250 in a week? And if they say yes, I say, if you can do that 2 weeks in a row, what if I gave you a 70 contract? All of a sudden they make 250 dials. Okay. And some people said to me, what if they do it and then stop again? Okay. Just so you know, it didn't cost you anything. And if they produce nothing, that contract raise cost you nothing. Because guess what? 0 of a higher contract is still 0. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to raise their level, raise their waterline to where once they do 250 a couple weeks in a row, maybe they can bump that 25 dials up to 100 more. You're trying to raise them up and give them a target to move up. and move through there. And it's taking advantage of the glow bonus to push your guys up. And as you get people making more money, you can teach them how to invest more money, put more in leads, put more in recruiting, whatever the aspects are to hit their goals that they want to do, and continue pushing them towards that. And teaching them as they bring their guys up to do the same type thing and move through there. Because here's one of the keys of the glow bonus that people, I don't think, take advantage of. You get the 8% glow bonus, but you got to realize every policy that's sold in your organization has the potential of paying out 140% contract level and all these glow bonuses. So the more you hold your guys back from getting these contract levels, the more you hold your guys back from getting glow bonuses, is the more percentage of an override or money coming into your business that can be used. So if you add this up, you got 8, so now then you got 5%, we go to 13, 17, 19, 21, 22, 23%. So if you're not paying any glow bonus out in your group, you're eliminating 23% of profit that could be coming into your business or into your organization, into your people making more money. And trust me, it's in 100% of the policies that are written in your business. And you say, well, that's not going to my pocket. You grow a business by helping people make money. You grow a business by getting stuff going. You grow your business by creating volume in your business. It's one of the arguments that people always have that said it's a spread and volume business. I think we've lost focus on the volume part. Okay? I'll tell you right now, the way you make money and I agree, spread and volume are important. The only way you make a lot of money is volume. You have small spread, a ton of volume, you make a lot of money. You have big spread, a ton of volume, you make a lot of money. You have big spread, no volume, you make no money. You have small spread, no volume, you make no money. The side you make money on is volume. The spread is important, but I'll tell you right now, large spread is not always the secret. It's definitely not. The volume is. Because here's one of the things, like Terry and Tia are one of my biggest organizations, but I also have the smallest spread, but I also have to work the least with their people. Me and Terry talk a lot, but I don't have to go into Terry's group and work on phone script. I don't have to go in Terry's group and teach them how to do an ATM. I don't have to. Terry does that. But it's high profit, high volume, small spread, but a ton of money. And it's understanding the more volume you pump into a business, the more money you pump into your business, and use the levels chart to move up it. It's one of the things I love about the Super PAC. I think the Super PAC is a way for someone to go out there and create money and volume in your business to get through the contract levels and getting them up there faster. So I'm trying to get my guys to get to the point where they feel like this is an actual bonus program. Because I have guys on my team that say that's awesome. They just don't think they're worthy of it. They don't think they can do the ability of it. So a lot of the times it's pushing them through that lower level to make them get to the point where they think, I can do $20,000 a month in volume to get that contract raise. I can do this, I can do that, pushing them to that. Then they can start participating in these and moving up the contract levels and pumping that money in. And then knowing that your glow bonus is in here. And the glow bonus is one of the things in my mind is potentially, ideally, what I would like to see in my organization is help everyone move up the chart so high that I only get glow bonus. Because that's when the business is really running a business. I'm not doing the day-to-day operation. So I'm trying to push everything to the point to where the volume comes up, the contract levels are up, and the glow bonus is where I make my money. It's because that's a business. That's the kind of business that you can get in, and you don't have to worry about, 8:30 at night, you're eating dinner, and someone's in the house, and you're like, crap, I got to go take this call and help them in the house. Because you have a business. You have a business that runs it. You have businesses that do it. You have that opportunity to do it. And knowing how to push people through it and using the bonus structure to really create that stuff. But I think a lot of the times too with the bonus program, this part here, that 23% that it's because I even see it, Marcus, when I've helped people get to the idea of getting the 8% of the 75 and 80% contract. It's like, why do it? Just give them an 85 and give them the glow. It's the same thing. But then they are like, well, I want to keep all my 8% of my glow, so I don't want to do it for anyone else. And it's teaching the aspects of that whole 23% that you're just letting fall to the wayside of your business by not helping people move through the system. And it's knowing to get that percentage and create the volume to pump everything up. The volume is key. It's one of the things when I started years ago, 13 years ago, when I got in the business, when I met Chris Long in that Japanese steakhouse, and then Chris always pushed me in this business to stay in front of him because the old way is you could lose them. So I went so hard because one of my biggest fear was Chris passing me. Okay, and the glow bonus protects you from that, but also it kind of scares me because it's like if I had that protection, would I have gone that hard? You know what I mean? So having the idea that you want to push it, but I'll tell you right now, I've never had over a 10% spread on Chris Long's organization, and most of the time it was 5. Okay, and I had another organization when I first got started that I had like a 5% spread on, and they pushed my contracts up. But that's when the volume in my business grew so much, and it's knowing that you don't need a 25%. You need guys that are out there making money. And one of the reasons Chris has been so loyal for 13 years is we got him making more money than he's willing to give up. And that's how you keep people loyal in your business. You get them making more money than they're willing to give up. So Chris made $120,000 as an IT manager. So he's made over $120,000 every single year for the last 13 years. His options are, I can quit doing this and go back and be an IT manager and make 120 grand, or I can continue making 500,000. So you say, how you keep him so loyal? He doesn't want to give up $400,000 a year of income. That's how he's loyal. And you create that in your business with as many guys as you can do it. And it's one of the things making the charts, the aspects that they can move up and create volume and create money and create different things, and they can invest. And you have to teach them the aspects of investing in their business. Teach them of the aspects of what the glow bonus is there for. I know we talk about it in opportunity means that the glow bonus is one of our hidden advantages, but it's like, are we taking advantage of the hidden advantage? Or are we just talking about it as a thing that looks good down the road? Use it now. Use it in your business immediately to where you can get the glow bonus and going through there and pushing people through the contract levels and understanding that, I mean, when I look at my chart, if I have someone on a 75 or 80 contract, I'm like, what am I doing? Because here's what you're doing. You have someone on a 75 or an 80% contract level, and in my mind, there's no reason to bump them to an 85 because all that does is gives them 5% more income in their pocket, 5 to 10% more income in their pocket, and put more income in my pocket. But they didn't, then you get to go, but they didn't work their way through it yet. You make more money, they make more money. Teach them to use more money, to make more money. It's so the aspects of the business is making the money and showing people how to move through the contract and get through it and incentivize them to do it. Incentivize them to move up it quickly. And then that's how you're going to get people going from the key leader all the way up very quick. It's one of the things when I look back and I had that 5% spread on Chris and he motivated me to do it and motivated me to stay in front of it and kept me going and going and going and going and pushing. It's the same thing here but I always had money to invest in my business. And part of it was because Chris was pushing me to go do more and I had more money coming in. So I had more money to go put it back out into things that stay in front of it. And it came a competition. But in the same sense as I didn't realize that got me to a $300,000 business in 2 years. It was because of pushing it, but by the system of him pushing me made me make more so I can invest more, so I could build more, I could do more. Instead of saying, well, we're going to hold them there because they didn't really do this yet and instead of pushing people up and taking advantage of all the income that you can create off the levels chart, the super PACs, the glow bonuses, everything Andy puts in front of us to take an advantage of it. Yeah, if someone's under an 85 contract with me, I'm either helping them, I'm either buying their leads or helping them get leads. Or I'm either buying 100% of their leads, or some of them have started paying for some, and I'm matching or doubling up different things. And that's one of the huge advantages now that with Andy is started a couple months ago with the aspects with the multi-level leads. You're getting them on a 55 contract level. It is so easy to go out there and buy someone leads, get them stuff in their hands, get them on the phones, get them doing stuff. So much easier because the cost is so cheap. I bought someone the other day, like 40 leads, and I was like, what in the world? I was like, that maybe I should buy them twice as many. You know what I mean? It was so cheap. I was like, it doesn't make sense in that aspect, because you're getting it on that 55 contract level, and you're just helping them make money, and you're trying to push it up. And then as they start getting money coming in, teaching them as a business owner, to reinvest money back into their business, reinvest this in this, and get that quick growth through your business, and taking advantage of the chart. The chart is there to help us, not to slow people down, slow growth down. It's help us to create volume. And it's idea of the more volume you can create. And people say, it's like, why would if they go in front of me, the 8%'s there for your protection. You're going to get the 8%. So it's like, it's there for that person, but they got to still keep creating volume. They got to keep moving and creating volume and volume and volume. You want to create volume. And the volume, as your volume goes up in this business, it will change the aspects of what you can do financially, and your business growth I find is crazy. Just real quick, Marcus, like one of the things we did with that activity, we just started doing. I heard Andy say they started moving contract levels based on activity, so I just did it. And last month in my base usually does about 45 to 50,000 in my base. And last month we did that competition for all my new guys, just to do activity if they did it 2 weeks in a row. And our base, my base did 130,000 issue paid last month. Now we did have a big annuity in there, so even if I back out that 50,000 we got for an annuity, we still double. You say, because I agree that big annuity in my base was an anomaly. Not that I'm giving the money back, but I probably won't have that every single month in there. But in the same sense as off that other stuff, it doubled. Huh? I will. Yeah, I will. Yes, I will. Kyle said I will. So Lou, you got to do that every single month. But cool. I hope this helps. Just kind of look at it, figure out on the chart how you can make the most money and help your team make the most money, and use that as your advantage, not just in the aspects of doing that and using all the levels you can get.